Let's talk about the this keyword in Java, guys. Right. What is it used for, and when and how we would use it, right? So I'm going to create a new class for you quickly, and I'll just call it this demo. And I'll have the main method again because I'm running these classes individually on their own. So for understanding this, let me just walk you through an example. So let's have another method here. I'll just call it func, and inside this I just have a print ln message. I said inside func, and if you try to call, or for example I have another method here that is void met, short for method. I'll have another print ln message with the relevant message that is inside met, and then if I try to call it from within main like this, it won't work, right? Or let's say if I try to call met, it won't work. But from within func, if I do the same thing, this would work. See, this compiles fine, there's no error. But from here it tells you I cannot make a static reference to the non-static method met from the type this demo. So what is this all about? And why does the same thing work at line number 11 and doesn't at line number 6? So for understanding this, guys, you have to understand, and you can note it down, that is inside every non-static method of a class in Java, we have a currently executing object referred to by the keyword this. I'll re-emphasize it for you. Inside every non-static method of a class in Java, we have a reference to the currently executing object referred to by the keyword this. So I'm telling you, inside every non-static method of a class, that is func and met, these are both non-static methods because I've not prefixed the keyword static. But main is always a static method. Why? Because in its definition it has to be public, has to be static, has to be void, and has to take an argument of type string array, right? It always has to be static. So they tell you that you have the keyword that is this. So that means, see, for getting to func, obviously I would have to create an object. I'll say new this demo, that is the class object, and then I'll say .func, right? So for getting to func, I have to create an object of this class, and that I did on line number 6. From there I go to func, right? From func I want to go to met. So you could do it in a couple of ways. The first way would be, you could just write it like this, that is new, again this demo dot func, sorry, met. So you are creating a new object and then calling met with that particular object, right? So but as I said, you don't need to do this because we have a better alternative. That is, inside every non-static method of a class, we always have a reference to the currently executing object with the keyword this. And what is this currently executing object? It is the object from which you have called the method from. So I've called the func method with this object that I've created on line number 6. So I have an implicit reference to the same object inside func, right? And because I have it, now I don't need to create this another object. I can just refer to it with the keyword this, right? So I say we have this implicit reference to the CEO, right? And it's not the other CEO we hear about every single day, the CEO of Google, the CEO of Amazon. No, it's the currently executing object, guys. And that is referred to by the keyword this. And this works in any non-static method of a class. And I don't need to create any other object. I can just directly refer to this object and then call met, right? And that is why this works. So I'll just run this. And here you go. Inside func, we call it from main, and from main we go to, from func we go to met with the this keyword, guys, right? And obviously you can refer to the variables as well. I can say, for example, if I have a variable called var, right, and then I want to access it inside func, obviously I cannot access this particular, or if I had done it like this, see, if I had done it like this, that is this demo and I've set ref.func. So obviously I cannot access ref inside func. Why? Because ref is a local variable created inside main. It has access only within the boundaries of main. It cannot be accessed outside main, right? That's the rule. That is the property of a local variable in Java. You cannot access it here. It tells you undefined symbol. I don't know which ref you're talking about. That is what the compiler is telling you. But as I said, we have a magical way to still refer to the same object as was being referred from ref. And that is the keyword this. I can say this dot where I can assign a value, for example, and this works. Works thanks to this. Thanks to the keyword this, right? Otherwise, you had to create a new object and then it would have its own copy of var. But if you want to access the same var which was being referred to by ref inside func, you just need this dot, right? And it obviously would work inside MET as well. See, you can say var is plus this dot var. Exactly. Hit save and run this. This should print 908, but didn't. Why did that happen? Because you're calling MET first and then assigning the value. So I'll just do it before calling MET. Now you should see the updated value because there's just one copy of var created here across methods. So that is how this keyword works, guys. And I told you even it works like this without using the keyword this. Why? Because here it is being implicitly prefixed for you. Whether you put it or not, it behind the scenes works like this.met. But I have a strong suggestion for you guys, that is always be explicit. That is, we should not confuse ourselves and our teammates and the one who is reading our programs. We should be explicit, right? Because it anyways is being interpreted as this.met. Why would we just write met? So I always am explicit. I'll strongly suggest you guys be the same. So this.met, and again, even this would work. Prefixed this dot automatically. But as I said, we would be more explicit, right? So that is how the keyword this works. And now, as I said, why doesn't it work inside the main method? Like I called this.func and it's an error, and even you could not call it like this. The same thing which worked here doesn't work here, or even MET, right? See, this.met is an error, but works on line number 16. What is this all about, guys? We'll have a look at this in the next video.